Okay, I'm going to talk about solving equations. Solving them. Now an equation in this course is going to be something like this. The left hand side equals the right hand side. We'll talk about inequalities later, I guess, but the left hand side equals the right hand side. So the left hand side, well, there it is on the left. It might be something like x squared plus 4x minus 5y plus 17 minus, I don't know, some complicated thing, x to the power 5. And the right hand side might be equal to k plus 4 minus x cubed plus 17. Some complicated thing equals to some other complicated thing. And we want to find out what x is. And sometimes we can do it and sometimes we can't. When I write this down, the left hand side equals the right hand side, I can say that 2 times the left hand side equals 2 times the right hand side. Because I imagine I've got my hands in front of me and I've got something, a little bunch of some things in my left hand, and I've got something in my right hand, and I'm looking at them and I say, might be complicated, I might not be able to understand it very well, but I say to myself, I know they're equal. And then some guy comes along and he gives me twice as much in the left and twice as much in the right, or he doubles it. And I say to myself, well, I had the same before in the left and the right. Now I've got twice as much in the left and twice as much in the right. I've still got the same in the left and the right. I might not know how much I've got, but I do know that they're equal. And of course I can put any number there. I can say 17 times the left hand side equals 17 times the right hand side. And I'm still sweet because I've got something in my left hand, something in my right hand, and some guys come along and multiplied everything in my left by 17 and multiplied everything on my right by 17. And in general, I can say that x times the left hand side, where x is any number, equals x times the right hand side. It doesn't matter what x is. X can be anything. X can be unknown. It can be this x that I don't know what, and I don't know what it is. Or it could be just a stand-in symbol. It could be anything. I can use the same kind of logic to say this. If the left-hand side equals the right-hand side, then the left-hand side plus 16, let's say, equals the right-hand side plus 16. Again, I'm imagining myself, even when I'm doing the most complicated mathematics I do in my research, I still think of myself having something in my left hand, something in my right hand. It's some complicated thing, like this crud here, which I just made up out of thin air. It might be complicated. I might not understand much about it, but I do know they're equal. And then some guy comes along and gives me 16 marbles in my left and 16 marbles in my right hand. I still know I've got the same in each hand. I can carry on. I can say if the left hand side equals the right hand side, then I can say something like 1 over the left hand side equals 1 over the right hand side. Again, I've got something in my left, something in my right hand. Some guy comes along and goes, ha, I'm going to take the reciprocal of that left hand side. And then he says, I'm going to take the reciprocal of your right hand side too. And I say, well, I was confused before and I'm confused now because of this reciprocal business. But I've still got equality. And what we're going to do is to use that trick over and over and over and over again to solve equations. Okay, I'm going to stop there and use these tricks in a minute. Okay, stop.